we received a letter from Sister Eveline Frank, which I would like to read to you. Dear Father Gregory, may the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with us now and always. I am aware that you are gathered with the visitors of the provinces of the Congregation of the Mission to begin preparation for your General Assembly. I would like you to know of my heartfelt prayers for this important meeting. You are all well remembered here in our chapel at the foot of the altar. May you receive the graces you need most at this time. In St. Vincent and St. Louise, Sister Eveline Frank, Daughter of Charity. To start us off, we have a word of welcome from our Superior General, Greg Gay.
Well, first of all, primero quiero darle la bienvenida a todos y quiero darle las gracias a la provincia del Este y la Universidad de San Juan, Padre Carol, para que gracias por recibirnos en esta reunión de visitadores en este año 2013.
No translation in Spanish. Ahora que sí. Right. You want me to repeat? I have an opportunity to speak at greater length tomorrow, but a number of points I would like to mention, besides the thank you to the Eastern Province and St. John's University. This is a visitors meeting, so most of those who are present are visitors and some representatives of other visitors. I would like you to keep in your prayers one of our visitors from the province of Rio de Janeiro, Father Gerardo, who is experiencing some serious health issues, and in his representation is our former General Assistant, Father Lauro Palu. Where are you? Oh, Father Lauro Palu. And also the father of Father Joaquin from Madrid, Gonzalez, will not be able to be present, at least for now, because his father is seriously ill. We also want to remember in our prayers the father, Father Joe Agostino, who, as many of you know, passed away yesterday. And we will be celebrating his funeral tomorrow evening, and the university has generously offered transportation for any of us who would like to go. So I asked if Father Turati prepare me a list for those who would be interested in being able to accompany Father Joe, who's been coordinating this meeting with his team now for over a year and a half, almost probably 2 years. So our condolences to Joe and his family for his father's death. And I also received information, as many of you probably have, that our the former visitor of Cuba, Father Justo Moro. It was in a serious, very serious car accident in these days, and is now in Cuba in an induced coma. Father Luis Areola told me that it's very serious, so please keep him in your prayers, and for, well, he be at peace. There are one other visitor was not able to arrive because of not getting his visa, from Father Berhane from Eritrea. And do I have all the visitors accounted for? And then the final news that, as you all know, bitter-sweet news, I call it. Father Vargas Totomkara, our Assistant General, has been named Bishop of the Diocese of Nekemta in Ethiopia. So he'll be leaving us, but congratulations to Vargas. And so, a number of you are new visitors since the last time we gathered at our General Assembly. I ask that in these days, mingle one with another, get the opportunity to know each other, which is important in establishing relationships for the unification of the congregation of the mission. I mean, I encourage you to do that. It's my responsibility, and therefore you have to be the main ones to help in building that unification. And the best way to do that is by establishing good relationships among yourselves. In these days, I do want to meet with everyone. We have a schedule. It will need to be slightly altered because I want to participate in Father Joe's father's funeral. But also, the assistant generals are very anxious to be able to meet individually or with the different visitors' conferences as we gather these days. So, again, welcome, and let's be the best we can as Vincentian. That's why I'm wearing this shirt today. Be a Vincentian.
And now a word of welcome from the visitor of the Eastern Province, Michael Carroll.
Very simply, welcome. Welcome to those who visit the province for the first time, those of you who had never been in the eastern part of the United States, and those who return again, especially those who are our former students. There are many of our former St. John students here among the provincials, confreres who came to study for degrees as well as to study English. You might have an opportunity to see some of your old professors. And then an opportunity for those of you who send students here. It's an opportunity for you to see St. John's University and to see firsthand where your younger confreres study, and succeed. Many of the confreres here in the room are stars when they were here as students. It was because that they interacted so well with the confreres, they did so well in class, that the program continues, because it has been an enriching experience for our province to have people, confreres from around the world come and to study and to live with us. We also know that a number of your province members work in our province, and they are also stars. They also serve very well and also enrich our community very much. So feel at home, and may we all benefit from this time together. May it be a time for growth for the entire congregation. Thank you.
And now I invite you to join me in saying thank you to Father Donald Harrington, the president of St. John's University, for his wonderful, gracious hospitality.
Thank you and good morning. It is a great joy for me as president of St. John's to welcome the leadership of the Congregation of the Mission to our campus here in Queens, New York. I offer a special word of welcome to Father Greg Gay, Superior General, and my former student in college. I welcome his counsel and the members of his staff. I also welcome in a special way the visitors of all of our provinces around the world. We will do all we can here at St. John's to make your stay enjoyable and the environment conducive to the work which is yours during these days. I would like to say just a few words about the history and the mission of St. John's University. St. John's was founded in 1870 here in New York City. At that time, the first bishop of the Diocese of Brooklyn, where we are located, John Laughlin, asked our community to found a small day college to serve the sons, only the sons at that time, of immigrants. The university opened in September 1870 with 38 students. Today, the enrollment of St. John's exceeds 21,000 men and women. From the very beginning, our mission was to help and to serve those who are neglected, and in a very special way, the poor. We have tried and we have succeeded in staying faithful to that mission throughout these 143 years. St. John's today finds itself on 6 campuses. This campus, the Queens campus, is our main center. We also have campuses in Staten Island in New York City and in Manhattan, as well as Eastern Long Island. Our graduate center is housed at the headquarters of the Rome province. Father Nicola Albanese is our landlord. We are especially pleased, therefore, to welcome him here today. And in Paris, we have a study abroad campus, where undergraduate students go to study and experience Vincentian and French culture. Again, I am happy to say that our landlord is Father Elie Delplace, who is also present here this morning. Welcome, Elie. Perhaps most important about St. John's is the profile of our students. Over 40% of our freshman or first-year students are classified as economically poor. That is 40%. St. John's is especially proud of this fact. We support their education by using $200 million of our own, $200 million of our own resources every year to ensure that the poor can receive the same quality education as do our wealthier students. We know this is close to the heart of Vincent and at the core of the gospel which we profess. We are proud of that and hope to always be faithful to it. Our greatest challenge as a university is not enrolling students. We receive over 50,000 applications for admission to St. John's every year. But our challenge is the declining number of Vincentian personnel. Only a handful of Vincentians remain active at our university. When I came to St. John's in 1989, almost 50 Vincentians were active on campus, ministering in various ways. In September, fewer than 10 Vincentians will be active in ministry here. This challenge of the declining number of Vincentian personnel has called us to educate our lay colleagues ever more fully in the Vincentian mission and to enliven in them a passion for serving the poor with special Vincentian concerns. We have succeeded due to the countless number of special programs to educate and form our lay colleagues as well as our students in the special values and vision of Vincent de Paul. We are also assisted in this by our partnerships with other provinces. Our campus in Rome is a wonderful example of a partnership which began in 2008 and which continues to this day. The Vincentians in Rome, under the leadership of Father Nicola, help us in educating and forming our students by providing hospitality and ministry as needed. They are indeed our partners in our ministry of education, as are our confrères in Paris, who likewise, through their hospitality and their ministry, assist us in educating our students. I publicly thank Father Albanese and Father Del Plas for the vision which led them to partner with St. John's in this apostolate, in this very special Vincentian work. I personally believe that is the future. We also hope for greater partnerships with more provinces, either through education or through shared personnel. Father Carroll has already referenced the many Vincentians who study here every year from around the world, some of you among them. Until very recently, we also shared personnel with a highly gifted and generous confrere from the South India province, who has labored here with us and has a great impact upon our university, serving most recently as chaplain of our law school. This confrere played a very significant and active role in our Vincentian apostolate. We deeply regret that he will now be leaving us. And I ask all of the visitors to consider whether or not some of your personnel could not also help us in this ministry. I ask that because of the great diversity of St. John's. St. John's University is the third most diverse national university in the entire United States. Only two other universities have more cultures represented than St. John's. We have people who speak virtually every language and hail from almost every country. 1/3 of our students do not speak English at home. We offer not only an opportunity for your confrères to study among us, but we also would be glad to welcome qualified confrères to work with us in our ministry here. We need people from other cultures and other parts of the world. You may also be interested that we would also be happy to compensate them and your province generously for their labors here. Please consider, if at all possible, greater partnerships with St. John's through education and through shared personnel. Again, I welcome you to your stay at St. John's. We are happy and honored to host you. I urge you to make use of the time here to get to know our university better. We are all part of the same Vincentian community. Thank you.